I really want to thank everyone for attending this important ceremony. I want to acknowledge the governor who is present with us, Governor Gina Raimondo, Jaime Maldonado, who is the director of Fuerza Laboral, Representative Maldonado, Senator Nesselbush, and I know we have other elected officials here today that I know the colleagues in the House and Senate will mention. I also want to take the opportunity to recognize and thank for their hard work. Again, Fuerza Laboral, Rhode Island Jobs with Justice, Rhode Island Center for Justice, Rhode Island Economic Progress Institute, Sierra Club, and Democracy at Work. This bill that's going to be signed will be explained by the next speakers, but I want to say how proud we are of all these groups who made this possible. So the City of Central Falls has been a partner in this initiative. We offer space at City Hall so that they can hold meetings and conduct business in order to get and achieve this ultimate goal of having a bill passed. And I want to say that I want to thank Representative Maldonado and Senator Nesselbush for their hard work with the support of our Central Falls delegation. So at this time, I want to ask Jaime Maldonado to please come up to the podium.
Buenas tardes a todos ustedes, gracias por venir aquí a nuestra organización Fuerza Laboral, que es una comunidad que se enfoca sobre los derechos laborales y estamos siempre en progreso en favor de la comunidad.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here today, for being here this afternoon. Fuerza Laboral is a worker center that we fight for our community.
Para nosotros es un placer este momento y queremos dar la bienvenida a nuestra gobernadora Gina Raimondo, que ella en su campaña siempre ha estado enfocada en lo que es el desarrollo económico, educación, estructura, infraestructura del estado de Rhode Island, y pues ella cree y va a firmar este proyecto del cual va a beneficiar a nuestra comunidad en general. Gracias.
Next, we want to introduce our Governor Gina Raimondo, and Gina Raimondo has always been on the side of economic progress, always been on the side of the Latino community, and we are very pleased to have her here and to sign this bill into law. So welcome, Governor Gina Raimondo.
Thank you, gracias. It's wonderful to be here. This is an exciting day. This is a great accomplishment. I want to recognize and thank the mayor for hosting us in his city. The mayor and I were just together touring a manufacturing operation here in Central Falls. You're doing a great job, Mayor, and thank you for having me. I want to thank the legislators who did the hard work of making this bill a reality and putting it on my desk, beginning with Senator Donna Nesselbush, who's done a great job sponsoring this in the Senate and is always on the side of workers. Thank you, Donna. Want to recognize Rep. Maldonado, who is the House sponsor, who similarly worked hard on this, and of course want to recognize someone who's no stranger to Pawtucket and Central Falls, Senator Crowley. I also want to thank Jobs with Justice. You guys are doing a great job. Let your voices be heard. Let your voices continue to be heard and speak up for the workers of Rhode Island who deserve a chance. You deserve a lot of credit for this. This has been a long time coming, and I want to thank you for your advocacy and your effort. I also want to recognize Rep. Anastasia Williams, who's looking right at me, but not up here. Thank you. Who you've always been on the right side of these issues, too. So, fundamentally, workers' co-ops give employees added incentive because they own the business and they participate in the financial success of the business. It's an attempt to begin to level the playing field between owners and employees, and to say employees deserve to be treated right, to be treated with dignity, to be paid fairly, and to share in the success of the business, because they're all on the same team. And there's a lot of talk these days about how the playing field isn't level. That's because it's not. And we have to do everything we can to try to level the playing field. And this bill that I'm about to sign does that. It does that. Massachusetts was way ahead of us on this. Massachusetts had workers' cooperatives for 35 years. That's unbelievable. I just learned that today. So they've been ahead of us by decades. But thanks to the hard work of the people in this room, we're catching up. In the past, I've been so proud to be a governor who every budget I put in a budget that raises the minimum wage 3 years in a row. Together we've expanded the earned income tax credit for working families to get a break. Together we've invested in kindergarten, public all-day kindergarten, and pre-K. Together we brought about free community college for every Rhode Islander. All of this that I'm talking about, including the bill I'm about to sign, goes to the same goal, to give everyone in Rhode Island a chance. That's all people want. Nobody wants a handout. People want to get up in the morning and go to work. And you know that. But they want a job that's meaningful, where they get a decent wage, where they can take a few days off a year if they get sick or someone in their family gets sick, where they can pay the bills and not be living on the edges every day, not living one paycheck away from disaster. And so I'm so proud to sign this bill because we're doing a lot to reignite our economy. You know, when I took office, we had like the highest unemployment rate in America. Now we're on the move. We've created thousands and thousands of jobs and people are getting back to work. But let's continue to invest in our people so the jobs we give Rhode Islanders are good jobs, that they can take care of their family and have a fair shot and have a fair shake in this economy. So I'm excited. I'm excited to sign it. And the last thing I'll say is our work's not done. You know, I've just ticked off a number of things we've done together in the past few years, but there's a whole lot more to do. Because there's still too many people that are working full-time and they're poor, that can't find a good job, that aren't able to pay for college the way they need to. So it's on us to keep going. This is a great accomplishment, and let's use it to motivate us to keep moving forward for the people of Rhode Island. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Governor, and distinguished guests, as well as my colleague, Representative Anastasia Williams. You're always welcome to our city. I recognize Councilwoman Sandra Cano from Pawtucket. Thank you so much for being a part of the city of Central Falls, and welcome everybody to the great comeback city. It's always beautiful to see some faces here in our town. Having a business that is jointly owned by the people who do the work not only empowers the employees, it truly motivates them. Many of you here today are business owners, and you know firsthand how much more motivated you are to work when you know you are the one who will reap the benefits. You tend to work just a little bit harder than you would when you're knowingly well that you're going to reap the benefits. That's truly the benefit of worker cooperatives. It unleashes the economic energy for the betterment of everyone. This concept is really starting to take off throughout the country, from farming to tech startups. Now that's their statutory form of the co-ops in Rhode Island. Maybe it will encourage more of these types of businesses in the future. I want to thank Senator Nesselbush today, because she really did take on this task on the Senate. I want to thank my House of Representatives for continuing working with me to address some of the biggest issues in our state, especially in the city of Central Falls. And I look forward to working with you, Gina Raimondo, Governor Gina Raimondo for that matter, in the coming future. Thank you all for here today.
Buenas tardes, señoras y señores. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Estoy orgullosa y es un placer para mí estar aquí en la ciudad de Central Falls. It is a pleasure and an honor for me to be here in the city of Central Falls, porque yo aprendí mi español en las calles de Central Falls. I learned my Spanish right here on the streets of Central Falls. And I have to, of course, acknowledge my good friends, Patricia and Gabriel Martinez, and my Tia Lucy, my Aunt Lucy. Those were the ones who helped me polish my Spanish. But I am really happy to be here with my colleagues in government, especially our fabulous governor and my friend Gina Raimondo, my Senate colleague, Senator Crowley, Shelby Maldonado, our fabulous mayor, Sandra Cano, Representative Anastasia Williams. It really does, it takes a village, and all of them have been part of the village that has gotten this legislation passed. Now, the governor told me early on that she would, if we could get this bill through, she would sign this legislation. She's always on the side of economic development, economic progress in the Latino community. I just see my good friend Senator Ana Quesada here as well, so welcome, Senator. But I also want to mention Haney Maldonado. Haney called and asked me if I would sponsor this bill on the Senate side and explain to me, what it would do not only for immigrant workers, but that was of course a big focus that Haney had. And having literally worked in the city of Central Falls and begun my professional career over on Broad Street at the YWCA, I saw from 30 years ago the ingenuity that the Latino community has and how hardworking they are. And this workers' cooperative bill, this is like an easy on-ramp to starting a business. Yes, we have other business formats, but frankly, as a lawyer, I can tell you, and I think my lawyer colleagues will agree, that this is sort of the most exciting development in business law since I went to law school. And Haney Maldonado and Raul Figueroa and others from Fuerza Laboral, they were up at the State House almost every day. And this is a great bill. But it's a great bill that passed by this much. The House of Representatives, and I thank my colleagues, they passed this legislation in February of this year. And we had to do a whole lot of heavy lifting on the Senate side to get this bill passed. And that's the power of democracy. So yes, this is a great bill. Yes, this is a great bill for immigrants and economic development. It's going to make things easier. And of course, it's going to teach democratic principles within organizations. But it's those very principles that we can take to the state of Rhode Island, because I'm really proud of our governor for standing up recently when there have been a couple of issues, shall we say, in the Democratic Party. But the Democratic Party needs to be a tent that is big enough for all of us, especially Latino workers, immigrant workers, and anything that can help drive economic success. So, we almost didn't make it, but man, a make by a little is a make anyway, right? So we got here, and today is a really exciting day for me, partly because of how hard it was to get this bill passed and how close we came to not getting it passed. So I thank Senator Crowley and all of the senators and the leadership of the Senate that got this bill through. It is a great bill, and because of all that, it's a great day for the state of Rhode Island. So Governor, take on.
They're part of the effort.
Come on up, yeah, they were great. Awesome, come on up, yeah, you guys, we get to be with the governor all the time.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hi. Thank you. Hello, hi. Today's not your pen. I'm sending you a special one. Okay, ready, people? I always want to make sure I sign the right place because I don't want to mess that up. Okay. This was the House bill, so Shelby, give this to you. Good job. Senate bill. Give this to Donna. Can you help me?
Thank you, Governor.